everyone, welcome to Shutlipstv. I'm Alamide Salau, better picking with better voice. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) has blamed the fuel scarcity and the long queue at petrol station on the importation of dirty fuel placed at 100 million per litres. And this is quite hilarious because Nigeria is Africa's largest oil producing nation. So why are we experiencing oil scarcity or fuel scarcity? You know, despite the reassurance from federal government that the crisis will soon be over, the crisis continues. So we are on the street now, be asking Nigerians how they've been coping and dealing and their experiences with fuel scarcity and what they want the government to do. Let's do this. Sir, what's your experience with fuel scarcity?
I mean, the whole nation is on a standstill now. Everybody's fighting at the filling stations to get fuel. So it's crazy.
Other of anything like that, people take advantage of it. The commuters suffer. We trek from one place to the other because you want to cut short. You want to cut your expenses. Now, a place that is being, people like take a bus of, say, 100 naira is now 200, you know. You have to pay extra. Now, this is hardship. There are things that actually help hardship.
It has not been good, coupled with no light. Yeah, so it has not been helping matters. If we have the scarcity of food and we have light, at least you will have it as an alternative, yes. Also, it has not been helpful. It has really affected, especially the increase of transportation, cost of transportation. My area, the place you enter 200, was the time they were collecting 500, 600. And at the same time, no company is increasing your salary. So for the government, I think our president is still the Minister of Petroleum. So they have to do something about that to actually help the citizens.
It's been crazy, very crazy for the past few weeks right now. All right. Sometimes before I used to get a liter of fuel for about 100 and something, but now I'm getting a liter of fuel of 200 plus. So it's very, very crazy. Even when we go to the filling stations and you tell them that this is the amount that you want, they get to give you something little, and so it's been crazy. And because of this, even hot weather too, but I have no choice than to just get it because everywhere is kind of hot these days.
It has affected me negatively because the price of transportation has increased. For example, going from Obalende to Lekki, that used to be 200, is now 300. The other day, I was coming from Yaba to the island. Our bus had to stop on the way because there was no diesel. And the cost too was high. For them to get a 20-liter keg of diesel, they had to spend between 6 to 10,000, which is on the high side. So it's affecting us in terms of the cost of transport and non-availability of fuel.
Not been easy at all. Okay. Why? Because fuel scarcity have caused a lot of atrocity for we Nigerians. Right now, I'm a minister. I'm a pastor in Methodist Church Nigeria. I'm a reverend minister. Well, get where you have to struggle. And again, it's just if you can get by luck, it's 200 naira per liter. Meanwhile, we are the producer of fuel, and it shouldn't be so. I'm coming all the way from mainland, coming to this place now. I spend more than 1,000 naira. Before, you could have at least 500, 700. But fuel scarcity have already caused a lot of atrocity, and it has made people to go on hunger without eating because there's no money. And truly, things are not really easy. So federal government should try and do something about it. Seriously, we need it. We shouldn't be in that kind of pain.
I'm just coming from Begaya now, and it's not an easy movement for me. You know, the fuel is so scarce. Like, I just have to run after car, after bus, and everything. And at the end, I got it at an expensive rate. So by now, I've been out since like 2 hours, 45 minutes ago. I've not got to where I'm going. So because of the fuel scarcity,
it's affecting us, honestly. Like me now, how much am I collecting? From here to Ikorodu now, we spend like 1,000 something going. Coming back again, 1,000, that is 2,000. Am I traveling to the village? Huh? So they should do something about it. So all this one that I'm stressing myself, I know I'm just wasting my time. They won't do anything.
It has not been easy. Spending hours at on queue to get fuel has made it so much of a trying period. You know, it has not been easy. Very difficult.
It's so bad, so bad. In fact, I bought fuel. I mean, this is in Lagos. I bought 30 liters last week for 12,000 naira. That's at the rate of 400 naira per liters. And you are not even sure of what you are buying. So, in fact, if the vehicle could get spoiled, that's why I left my car. But I'm going to Total now because I understand they are selling the fuel as a little bit improved. I'm going there now to get the fuel. But the point, Nigerians are really suffering. So, if the government can just do 1 or 2 refineries plus what an individual, Dangote in the industries, is doing for us, if they are able to do that one for us, that is for Dangote. If a single person could get a refinery is working, how come the whole federation, government, the whole federation, it is unimaginable.
The filling station attendants are really the one that is causing the most issue, because to my little observation is not the government, which the NNPC, they have actually tried by releasing some liters of fuel which to the filling station, and the filling station, some of them are still unwilling to sell. They are still unwilling to sell, because to my best of my knowledge, what NNPC said they have released so far would have been able to close the gap a little bit, because we know that when there is a break of anything that is flowing, so before you can remedy that break, it's going to take a little bit longer. But due to what NNPC has said they have released so far, it's enough to actually close those gaps.
It's been hectic, but we thank God for everything. God has been seeing us through. We have been going, coming back, due to maybe sometimes you won't even get bus. You have to trek. Most times you have to pay double extra of your fare. So that's it. It's been, but we still thank God. We are still surviving.
I would say it has increased, but I hope the government gets to work on it. But with the way it is, it has really affected a lot of things. When you talk of transportation, like me personally, I usually take a public transport. So, and the price in transport has drastically increased. So I think the government needs to work on that, because it's really affecting a lot of things.
I've already been adapted to hardship. You understand? So every average of Nigeria this time around knows what is going on. And what can we do? If you cannot beat them, what do? You join them. So since this scarcity of fuel, we have been trying our best. Sometimes you don't fuel your car. Sometimes you trek and go to work. And sometimes you follow the Okada. Because the fighting has become the fighting of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. Yes. If you cannot beat them, you join them. You go to the filling station, the queues are so much. What do? To buy 5 liters, you have to pay 1,000. And the 5 liters, you pay 3,000 naira. So it has become a thing that we don't know what to do. We don't know.
What would you want the government? What would you like to say to the government? Maybe they can come in and...
Okay, say to the government? Yeah. What am I going to say to the government that the government does not already know themselves? They know what to do. Wisdom is knowing what to do and doing it. I mean, we've had enough of all these things going on for years in Nigeria, and we just need to move forward. We need to move forward, and it takes a statesman, not just a politician, a statesman, because a statesman thinks about the next generation, and a politician is thinking of the next 4 years or 8 years. So we need statesmen in government that will change narrative and do what's right. I know they think I'm saying nonsense, but you know what I'm saying.
Now, if the government look into the issue of fuel, it's a way you make things easier for the masses, Now, if it's a different thing to say, okay, you are paying so much for your rent, you are paying so much for the light, and then you want to go out, you pay so much, it's a whole lot of trouble, it's a whole lot of trouble. Now, if that is taken care of, it's going to go a long way in cushioning the effect of whatever economic issue we might be having. Now, looking here, looking there, you are able to fix, at least bring relief to the masses. Not that people seem to be shocked. This brings about frustration. It gets people frustrated.
The government should look for a way of regulating the price and making it stable for the average citizens to be able to purchase. Because we all know the implication, the impact of the fuel on the economy in general. And it's causing a kind of a chain reaction, business-wise. Anyhow you want to look about it, it's affecting production, it's affecting, and anything that affects production definitely will impact on your economy and impact on the standard of living as well. You understand? So they should look for a way of regulating this thing in such a way that it won't be biting hard on the average citizen. Because we all know that any increase in the price of fuel will lead to increase even in the price of banana that has been sold on the streets, increase in the price of anything you think. We only thank God that it's not leading to increase in the price of, increase in the price of the breath we are breathing. That's just the situation, and it's crazy.
I think they need to reach a very quick consensus as to producing or providing this fuel, because a lot of Nigerians think they are hoarding this fuel for a reason. So I think they have to make this readily available. We see every day online fights in filling stations, a long queue and all that. And this is not good at all for Nigerian economy. And a lot of people can't even wait for this administration to be over, because 2023 is bringing in a new leadership. So we just want them to just provide a quick solution to this, so we don't have to just experience all this hardship that we're experiencing currently.
We implore the government officials, NNPC, independent marketers to come together to ensure that there is supply because of inflation. There is inflation. Yes, the price of things have increased because the cost of transport has increased.
It is now obvious to everyone now that it is not ideal for us to go and be, refining our fuel outside the country when we actually have the resources here and we have a refinery, in Nigeria, So it's for us to look inward. For now, everybody is shouting about the Ukraine-Russia crisis. What is our own business with us? We have no business with them. If there is any world war, it is with them. We can see it. These racial discrimination with our Nigerians outside there. So why should we always have to bear the consequences for them if anything is happening in the World War III? So we should also look inward. There is nothing that happens to them that affects us here. Whatever happens to them affects them. Whatever happens to us affects us. So we should look inward and do what is best for us.
The reasons given so far for the scarcity has not been justified. And even if that is to be justified, for one, I think it has lingered for too long. And something just has to be done. And going forward, it's also important that those who are responsible for the menace we found ourselves in are punished for it so that we don't have a recurrence.
And I pray and I wish and I please employ them. If there's any way this message can get to the government, let them try to improve on the welfareism of Nigerians. We are suffering. So we need this. These refineries can work. It's just tantamount to somebody who is an Ijebu man who is producing cassava, who has cassava in abundance in their various farms, who not get to get gari, that is his own staple food. He could not get the machine to refine to get the gari. And then he has to ship it down to, we have to ship it down to the Daura or Kano to bring it back. Look at the cost of transportation. So everything is so unfortunate. And I pray this government, within the short time they have, they should be able to see what they can see to improve the living standard of Nigerians.
The operator of those NNPC should go out and survey those and look at those filling stations, the one that actually has product to sell, which they are not selling. They should apprehend the owner of those filling station or the manager of the filling station and then force them to sell to the masses. That's just it.
Really, it's just about us having our own refinery, because we know having our own refinery is the major cause of this rubbish. And again, the effects too, because once we are even done with Dangote refinery, we'll still be having the same issue, because you can't expect Dangote to even sell at a loss. You can't expect him, because he will be selling at the current market rate they sell per barrel. They can't say because it's in Nigeria and he wants to sell at a discount. So if our FX is not strong, our Naira is not strong enough, we will still be here. Dangote refinery won't do anything for us, because if we are not ready to buy, yes, we will export to that country. So that's just basically, let's just get our FX right. Once we get our FX right, everything will be okay.
Anyway, they can assist us in whatever way. We'll be happy. We'll be very, very appreciative. We'll be very, very grateful, yes.
No, the government will not share fuel now. It's 2023 election that they are looking at. So there's nothing I can tell government.
For government, and they want me to say something about the government. My sister, my hands no reach there. They know what to do. If they want everybody to enjoy in this nation, they know what to do. They will do it. We cannot beat them, because no matter what you said, they cannot change. So the change is in their hands. Our president said the change starts from you. But the change, we are waiting for them to change. And we are not seeing it.
There you have it. You know, you've heard from the mouth of Nigerians. This fuel scarcity is not just affecting, you know, probably the fact that you want to fuel your cars or transportation. It's also affecting the price of food in the market. An average Nigerian cannot afford 3 square meals. You know, Nigerians are really suffering, and they want the government to start stepping up to their roles. Go on to your responsibility and do the right things. If we have 4 refineries in the country and not one is working, then you see that we have a big problem in Nigeria. Thank you for watching our videos. To get more interesting content like this, don't forget to subscribe and also follow us on our various socials at Facebook and Instagram at Shutlipstv. We have an anonymous website where you can go and share your real-life experiences and also connect with people who have been in similar situations like yours. Just go to www.shortlips.com, www.shortlips.com. Sign up to the platform. It's completely easy and 100% free. This is Shutlipstv. I'm Alamide Salah, better picking with better voice. Till we come your way next time, do stay safe.